Hi, my name is Mike Burke, and I am the lead teacher of the Biomedical Sciences program here at Bel Air High School. In this video, I hope to give you an understanding about the structure of our program, what students experience, and what students are able to do once they leave our program. If all of that's interesting to you, I will also tell you about how your student can apply to become one of our students. Before we get too far into the video tonight, I do want to take a second to address our number one question. It might save you a little bit of time. And that question is, who can apply to be a member of the Biomedical Sciences? Hi, my name is Mike Burke, and I am the lead teacher of the Biomedical Sciences program here at Bel Air. Hi there, everyone. We're just going through a quick sound check before everything starts, so don't worry, you don't need to rush and get anything taken care of. We just want to make sure all the technology is working. So Ms. Barry, you can see me right now? All right, one more try. So this is second audio source. Just want to make sure this is working, Miss Barry. Can you hear me? Audio coming through okay? Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started at 6 o'clock exactly. So if you were here for the pre-show, you get to see a little bit behind the scenes action, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to play our video starting exactly at 6 o'clock. Thanks for being here. Hi, my name is Mike Burke, and I am the lead teacher of the Biomedical Sciences program here at Bellary High School. In this video, I hope to give you an understanding about the structure of our program, what students experience, and what students are able to do once they leave our program. If all of that's interesting to you, I will also tell you about how your student can apply to become one of our students. Before we get too far into the video tonight, I do want to take a second to address our number one question. It might save you a little bit of time. And that question is, who can apply to be a member of the Biomedical Sciences program at Bellary High School? And the answer is, any student who is districted for Bellary High School can apply to become a member. However, students who are on a boundary exemption to come to Bellary High School cannot apply to the program. This is a policy put in place by Harford County Public Schools, and we have no ability to modify or circumvent this for any reason. You can learn more about this policy on our frequently asked questions page on our website. So let's zoom out for a moment and talk about the curriculum itself. Bellary High School implements a curriculum that is written by a national nonprofit called Project Lead the Way. Since we started our program here at Bellary High School more than a decade ago, Harford County Public Schools has thoroughly integrated different PLTW products into the county, so your student may have even experienced PLTW courses before. The Biomedical Sciences curriculum is one of the oldest and most robust products from Project Lead the Way. There are many reasons we love teaching the curriculum, but a couple quick ones are the thorough integration year over year. The curriculum is very well vertically mapped. The hands-on activities and the depth of the activities that students go through, and the high-quality technology integrations that are permeating the curriculum. Zooming back into Bellary High School, let's talk a little bit about what we do with the program and the curriculum here that makes it special. So our Biomed students are thoroughly integrated into the school building. While they do have one class that is a Biomed class that they take every year, the other 7 courses in their schedule are the same courses that are available to everyone. So our students get the best of both worlds. They have one slot in their schedule, which is dedicated to Biomed and allows them to develop a camaraderie with their fellow Biomed students. But they also have the majority of their schedule where they get to interact with their friends from middle school and make new friends in other courses. And we think this balance is really nice. Speaking of those yearly courses, let's give you an overview of each and hear from a current student. So the first course that students take is called Principles of Biomedical Science. This is a 9th grade course, and the idea behind this class is that it sets the foundations, the principles of biomedical science, which our students will build on over the next 3 years. This class gets students acclimated to the curriculum and procedures and academic skills and all the other things that are going to enable them to have an amazing 4 years. But I'm going to let Alex, one of our current 9th grade students, explain his perspective from PBS and Biomed.
Good evening. My name is Alexander Vyazda, and I'm a 9th grade student here in the Biomed program. 1 year ago, I was doing the same thing that you are now, except in person. But the purpose of this open house is the same, to introduce you to Biomed. Due to COVID, I haven't even entered the building yet. But even in this virtual environment, I've learned so much from this great program. You have many more choices now. So think about your interests and your goals. Last year, I knew what my long-term plans were, but I didn't know what I wanted to do in between throughout high school. After the open house, I got more excited about high school and realized what Biomed could do and challenged me to prepare me for my future. When I was in middle school, at first I had no idea what magnet program I wanted to apply to, because none of them seemed to apply to my goals and interests. But even if you don't want to enter the medical field, this program offers you so much that can help you in your future, no matter what you want to do. Just remember that it is your choice, and think about what you want to achieve in your future. If this program will help you reach that goal, then I hope to see you next year.
The next course is called Human Body Systems, and Human Body Systems is essentially an anatomy and physiology course, but focused very much on the function of the body and how it performs certain tasks. But I'll let our current student, Maritza, explain a little bit more from her perspective.
Hi, my name is Maritza and I'm a sophomore in the biomedical program. At Bel-Air High School, there are so many different opportunities for students and being in Biomed is one of them. Additionally, I'm involved in clubs like Blind Spot, Explorers Post, Pause, and I play volleyball. Along with clubs and sports, there are many different classes to choose from as you advance in your academic career. As a sophomore, the courses I take are Honors Trigonometry Pre-Calculus, Human Body Systems, which is my Biomed class this year, AP Computer Science, French 2, Honors Chemistry, Honors English, and AP World History. When you're a student in Biomed, you are not limited to your class selection. You are also not limited to being with only Biomed students. In your freshman year, you will be with Biomed kids in PBS and in your biology class. In all of your other classes, you will be mixed, so you have the potential to be with some of your other friends that are not in the program. For the rest of your time at Bel-Air High School, other than your specific Biomed class, you will be with other students that are not in the program. So, your other classes at Bel-Air High School can be entirely up to you. With so many options of taking regular or advanced classes, it's very important to find a balance that fits just for you. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with work, so when you're selecting courses, it's very important to allow yourself to choose some fun classes. I typically have a lot of work to do, but as I've progressed through high school, I've learned to manage it. Prioritize both your mental health and your academic career. One of my favorite teachers I've had at the school told me, it's okay to say no sometimes. Don't take every single hard class you can just to do it. Pick courses that you think would be a good fit for you and your schedule. If you're having trouble with that, discuss the matter with a parent that knows you well. The counselors at the school are also helpful in balancing your schedule appropriately. If you're interested in going into the medical field, Biomed will give you a great exposure to different content of many medical field topics. I plan on being a pediatric orthopedic surgeon, and Biomed has helped me learn more about what I'll study later in life. So, remember that Biomed can be one of the many classes on your schedule. You are not limited to a certain amount of classes, and you will still have students that are not in the program within your classes that you take. Choose the classes that you think are right for you. Whatever you choose to do at your time here at Bel-Air High School, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a great year.
So in their junior year, students take a course called Medical Interventions. And in this course, students learn about the variety of technologies and techniques and medicines that we have to improve patients' lives, how we can intervene with medical conditions and improve patient care. But I'll have current junior Elizabeth explain the MI course and her perspective on Biomed in high school.
Hi everyone, my name's Elizabeth and I'm in 11th grade at Bel-Air High School. So I know there's so many different questions like, can I still participate in sports and clubs while being in the Biomed program? And my answer is yes, you can. So personally, I'm in the cross country and track team at my school, and I'm in the Pause group, and I would like to be in more honor societies. So I think it is a great idea to get active in our community and to be participating in different clubs that you're interested in and different sports that you're passionate about, because it is so much fun. I know so many friends and different people that are in the Biomed program along with being in different clubs and different sports, and they love it and they can balance it. I promise you. But at the end of the day, you're the only one that knows yourself, and if you think that you can handle it, which I know you can, then you should definitely get active in the groups and the clubs and the sports along with being in the Biomed program. Now for the little pros of Biomed is that it teaches you so many crucial life skills that you'll need to know once you get to college or once you're in your adult life. For me, I've learned time management and organization, and I've bettered myself and improved myself ever since 8th grade and middle school. If you're someone that struggles with time management and organization and you're really worried about it, don't you worry, because Miss Berry, Mr. Weeks, and Mr. Burke teach you it. They teach you time management and organization, and they will keep you on the right track. And not only are those skills useful for college and for going out into the adult life, but it can also be used for classes outside of biomed, not just biomed. So as one biomed student to another, I hope that you guys have an amazing year, and I hope that you guys do go on the route to not only be in the biomed program, but to get out and to find your interest in clubs and sports.
So in their senior year, students take a course called Biomedical Innovation. And in this course, students learn the skills and thought processes and technologies involved in creating new products or solutions to medical problems. BI is a capstone course, so in this class, students will do several large, many week-long group projects where they have to identify and solve problems in new and creative ways. All of the skills and knowledge that they've gained in their first 3 years become an exceptional toolkit that empowers students to observe the world, identify problems, and create new, interesting solutions. During this course, students will also work on their independent project. To complete the project, students will identify a medical field that interests them the most. They'll go and shadow an actual medical professional for many hours in the field, seeing what that job is actually like, and then also observing that person in their day-to-day experience and try to identify problems that impede that medical professional or the patients that they work with, and then our students create solutions to those problems that they observe. It is quite literally a life-changing experience for our students and have the course of their college career identified for them. It's an amazing experience. I'll also introduce our last student for tonight, our current 12th grader, Anthony, for him to give you his perspective on his time in Biomed thus far.
Welcome, class of 2025. I'm Anthony Ma, and I'm a senior here at Bel Air High School. My time in the Biomedical Science program has greatly influenced my high school journey and the person I am today. When I first began as a freshman, I shared many of the feelings you may have now. I was nervous and shy. At first, I questioned whether the medical field was a potential career interest of mine, and whether this was worthy of my time. However, after 3 years, now go on 4, I can say that I have truly enjoyed and appreciated all that Biomed has offered. My knowledge on topics from medical interventions to human body systems has expanded immensely. This knowledge is also very useful and applicable to daily life, whether knowing what diabetes is to how the digestive system operates. Biomed is also very manageable. I am the vice president of the National Honor Society. I'm part of 4 other honor societies. I am a member of 5 clubs, one of which I am an executive. I have done junior varsity and varsity tennis, and I've completed 6 AP courses so far. Biomed has taught me 3 main things: how to be a strong presenter, an independent researcher, and an excellent communicator with my peers, my teachers, and working professionals. I believe that Biomed has prepared me the most for college by instilling good work ethics and by piquing my interest in the medical field. After careful consideration of my interests and options, I've decided that I would like to major in information science, a field that is interrelated with many industries such as the world of medicine. It is truly amazing how I've come full circle from where you guys are to now standing here as a senior. Looking back, some of my most memorable experiences were dissecting cow eyes after learning about the eye's anatomy, and testing my own DNA for a specific gene that allows me to taste the chemical phenylthiocarbonate. If I could leave you one piece of advice, it would be that hard work pays off, and to always advocate for yourself. Do not be afraid to ask questions or to ask for help. Trust me, I'm always never in homeroom because I'm running around to all my teachers, getting help and asking for a clarification, even when I was in middle school. Thank you all, and if you choose to do the Biomedical Science program, I wish you good luck, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Thank you.
So hopefully that gives you a better understanding about what the courses look like over the 4 years that students are in our program. But many parents are interested in what happens after students leave our program. Where do our students go, and what do they do, and what are they now capable of? While it might seem strange for me to say, I'm incredibly proud of the fact that our students go lots of different places and into lots of different fields, many of which are separate from medicine. That's one of the great things about this program and about the curriculum itself, is that students develop so many skills that are transferable to any job, to any academic field, to any pursuit, that our students are capable of whatever they want to be capable of. Every 5 years, we survey our alumni and we ask them, what do they do that their peers can't? And do they attribute any of those things to their time in biomed? We use this information to crystallize our strengths, but also to reinforce our weaknesses and make ourselves better for our students. Some of the things that our students identify as their greatest strengths from the program are presentation skills, research and citation abilities, group work, time management, and a variety of other soft skills that, again, apply to any career, any business. But some of the more concrete benefits are related to the weighted grading, the college credit, and scholarships. All 4 of the courses are weighted in Harford County Public Schools, and all 4 of the courses are eligible for college credit. Now, getting into this college credit situation is probably longer than we have time for right now. As a matter of fact, we are planning on hosting another YouTube Live event where we will explain the college credit process to our students, and you're welcome to subscribe to our channel and see that in the future. But every course is eligible for college credit, so students can get 12 credits of graded transcripted credit, which, without getting too into it right now, is a lot better than what you can get from AP test scores. Just saying. So the college credit certainly helps save money, but also scholarships. Our students typically receive about 75 to 100% more money in scholarship offers than the typical Beller High School student does. A lot of that comes from the students' skills and abilities that they have, but also the variety of opportunities that students get to participate in as part of our program opens up students' experiences and really strengthens their ability to write in essays and other applications. So we find that our students not only have an easier time in college from an academic and productivity perspective, but also carry less of a financial burden when they do go to college. So if you're eligible and you like what you've seen so far, you can apply to become a member of our program by using Harford County Public Schools' Unified Signature and Magnet Program application. You can get a few program-specific recommendations and access the link by visiting our application page on our website. Just make sure you get your application in by December 1st. We do not consider incomplete or late applications, so make sure you hit that deadline. The Biomedical Sciences program at Beller High School is competitive. Even though we can only accept students who are districted for Beller High School, that still means we get somewhere between 150 and 200 applications every year. And we only accept about 65 to 70 of those applications. So it's still competitive. So please understand that applying does not mean that you automatically get in. Over the years, we have fine-tuned a selection algorithm based on long-term student success in our program. This is an effort for us to build as much objectivity into the selection process as possible. As a matter of fact, we don't even see student names until the very end when it's time to tell people what the decisions are. This algorithm has been developed over a very large data set and continually gets updated over time. So we are very confident in using it in our selection process. We do not anticipate virtual learning having any impact on our selection process. All right, so hi everybody. My name is Mike Burke. As you saw me in my classroom earlier, I am the live version. I'm here at my home, taking a little bit of time to talk to you about the biomed program. So I appreciate you being here, and we also have Miss Barry who is helping me out. I got text messages pulled up with her on my iPad here. She's helping me out on the back end with receiving some of your questions here shortly. But I do just want to take a few minutes and say thank you for being here, and hopefully the pre-recorded portion answered several of the questions that you might already have. The video you're watching right now, you can go down to the bottom and you can scrub back and look back at the things that you saw before, but this video will become a YouTube video, so it'll be accessible in the future, and once it gets posted, we'll put timestamps down in the description so that it'll be easier for people in the future, or you, to go back and revisit and find the certain parts of the video where we describe. But this is certainly my classroom and my office at home is not as interesting as seeing students doing experiments and cutting eyes and pigs and doing laparoscopic surgery boxes in our classrooms at school. But we do want to take some time to let you know about what we are offering students and what we've been doing for the past, I think 15 years the program's been around. We have 10 graduating classes so far. So we have a long pedigree of producing awesome experiences for students, and our students leave our program and go to a large variety of places. I'm double checking my numbers here, but I'm pretty confident that we have finally sent students to every Ivy League school and every service academy except for the Coast Guard Academy. Got to double check on that. Somebody a couple years ago applied. I don't remember if they got in or not, but so students can go to any number of places after they leave here. As I tried to explain in the video from before, we have a huge variety of skills that students develop, whether they go into finance or teaching or medicine or research or engineering. Our students are everywhere, and it's great to see their responses to those alumni surveys and see how far they've made it and where their paths are. And we hope that those of you watching here will be inspired to be one of those people one day. So if you have some questions that have not been answered in that video, I'm going to switch over to my computer screen here, and I'm going to show you how you can submit questions for the live stream today. So presenting my screen, if you go to BAHSBiomed.com/FAQ, so we have a frequently asked questions page, and we have assembled several answers already. I believe I have already mentioned them all in the video, but you can scroll down here and you can see the distinction about the signature and magnet program, what's different between those two, and the fact that we are a signature program, not a magnet program. You can read these hyperlinks to find the documents from HCPS, like the official Board of Ed documents and things like that, if you want to get a better understanding for this. But to reiterate what I said at the very beginning, we are a signature program, which means that we are not allowed to accept students into our program who are not districted for Bel Air High School. Your student might have a boundary exemption that allows them to attend Bel Air High School, but you cannot be a part of the Biomed program while on a boundary exemption. That is, again, a Harford County Public School policy. You can read the Board of Ed document there. It is outside of our control completely. And there's more information about boundary exemptions there, how to apply, and how applicants are accepted. So we've mentioned all that stuff in the video already, but you can see it written out there as well. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom past all those FAQs, you'll see a little contact form. So that's how we're going to aggregate your questions today. You can type in your name and your email, your subject and your message, and hit submit. And Mrs. Berry, who is our 9th grade teacher, is going to be aggregating those answers for me and presenting those answers and filtering them to see which ones need to be answered on air. Some of them might be more individual questions that need to be answered via email, and we will answer those questions via email. So submitting a question here will get any question, all of those questions will be answered. Some will be answered on air, and some will be answered individually via email. But we do want to give you a few minutes to access this page and submit your questions. So while we're waiting for you to submit those questions, we can also point you to a couple other resources that are, I think, very powerful resources on our website. Resources that we will be expanding, but you can also visit our blog. And you can actually see there's our Alumni Survey that we just sent out a couple weeks ago, which is our, again, every 5 years, so we've collected information there for our alumni. We unfortunately had to cancel the capstone, but and the freshman camp. But if you come over here to category, actually on the side, you can visit the Alumni Blogs, and you can see where some of our students are right now. We've had some alumni write some amazing, really compelling stories about how Biomed has influenced them and their careers. Matt Prawn actually now works at SeaWorld in Florida. He works, since he posted this, he's moved to the elephants. So I see his posts on LinkedIn, and he's actually a keeper of elephants at SeaWorld, and he started that path. His independent project for his capstone was working with a vet, and that's where he solidified his love for large animal veterinary science, and he pursued it, and he's doing some awesome things. It's really fun to see that happening. Bethany Ingram is actually the daughter of Miss Nina Ingram, who is a middle school teacher at Bel Air Middle School. But she also has amazing stories, which is obviously why we asked her to write them. But for all of them, you can click on everybody's stories and see the posts that they wrote for us. But Bethany's story is another really awesome one. She, over the time of her high school career, fell in and out of love with science, and eventually towards the end realized that she really wanted to do things with business and communications and events and things like that. And because of the flexibility and the customization that is provided in the capstone project, she really did an awesome project where she actually combined in internships with a dermatologist's office in Bel Air and a graphic design studio, and actually Chick-fil-A's public relations department, and synthesized a really cool experience. And so what she ended up doing was using all of her interest in graphic design and marketing and what she learned from the graphic design and the marketing internships that she did to create customized marketing plan for the dermatologist's office, trying to incentivize patients to come back, because what she observed was that dermatologist's office, that dermatology patients don't come in as regularly as they should to get get checked as often as they should. So she decided to try to fix that, the problem she observed, using the skills and interests she had, and was able to do some really cool stuff. She actually made like Snapchat filters for the barbecue bash in Bel Air. It was like one pig putting sunscreen on another pig and stuff like that. Just really cool, fun stuff that she had the opportunity to synthesize her passions and do something really interesting and create a really cool path. And her post here is really cool. She talks about how she worked at the X Games for ESPN and all kinds of other really fun stuff. So I would encourage you to look through our blog. The Alumni Blog stuff is probably the best stuff, but we also, staff members write some blog posts. You can see some projects from previous students, and you can see some of the awards and things that we've won. It's also on our homepage. So there's a lot of interesting stuff and a lot of powerful information on our page, we think. So it's giving you a couple minutes to get some questions in, and Miss Berry has sorted them for me, so I'll go ahead and pull up some questions. So the first question is there a required summer class? So good question. There is not a required summer class. There are opportunities for students. A lot of our biomed students take advantage of PE, so gym class, physical education, in the summertime, so that they can open up their schedule to have more options during the school year, but that's an optional activity. We do have a incoming freshman camp, and you saw one of the blog posts there that, switch my camera there, you don't have to keep looking at that. We had to cancel, but we like to have a 3-day morning camp for our incoming freshmen, where we do lots of things to kind of orient them to the class and to high school and to the curriculum and things like that. That is never required, but it's always encouraged. It's always fun, and every year we try to do that. We didn't get to do it this past year, but it's been a tradition for the past 10 years before that. But no required summer classes. The only class that currently has summer work approved is the senior course, but none of the other courses have senior work or summer work either. So hopefully that answers your question. All right, so next question here. Application advice. Can you offer suggestions to include in the application to help me stand out as an ideal candidate? So yes and no. Most of what we assess in the application is objective information about you and your academic record and things like that. So in a lot of ways, hopefully that makes it easy, because just be you, just do yourself, do the things you've already done. I will provide the advice of saying we do not, mainly because we don't have a way to objectively score the data, we do not look at the activity list that is on the common application. So as I mentioned before, there is a Harford County Public Schools unified application for the signature and magnet programs. So if you are applying to more than one school, more than one program, which is one of the advantages of the common application, definitely fill out all parts to their complete potential, like all the things you need to do. However, for us, when we grade them, probably the only thing that you have the time or control of at this point is your essay. We don't rate or assess your activity list, but your essays do get read. We have a rubric, and we have members from our local medical community does a pass through our readings, and we have teachers who read them and do an assessment on your essay. And so that's probably the thing that has the most, the thing that you can currently control that has the most impact on your grade. So I hope that helps, Grace. All right, so next question. How do you apply to the Biomed program? Your district is a school and you're interested, don't know how to apply. Okay, so Justin, the application, you can go to BAHSBiomed.com/application. And we will update that page, which I believe it's updated right now, but you can double check. if you go to bahsbiomed.com/application, you'll see countdown timer to the application. Another reminder / distinction about the signature program thing. And then here is the button that takes you to the application. So this is Harford County Public Schools. This is an application system that they built themselves, and you will use your Office 365 subscription, the account that you have through school, to apply. Justin, I hope that provides you the information that you need. All right. Sophia, what do I need to include in your application? I know you need teacher recommendations. Which classes do you need them from? Is this for this year? All right, so good question. So typically, Sophia, the application process is with your teachers from your 8th grade year. But this year, and this is not controlled by us anymore. This is the Harford County application system. But my understanding is that they automate the process of getting your teacher recommendations. Not 100% sure. You need to talk to the guidance counselor at the middle school just to double check on that, to make sure that you're doing the process correctly. But my understanding from my side of the process is that the system, the application system, takes care of all that. And it will be your 7th grade teachers. And we look at your math and science teacher scores, their recommendations. Typically, again, that's your 8th grade teacher, but this year that'll be your 7th grade teacher, is my understanding, since those people have seen you in person and you're not just a letter S in their mind. So hopefully that helps. And what do you need to include in the application? So you're going to include everything that the application asks for. The only thing that you can omit for our purposes is the activity list, because again, we don't have a way to objectively assess that and assign it a score, so we don't do it to try to avoid any bias or impropriety there. But if you're applying to other programs, you definitely need to include it, because I can't speak for what other programs pull out of the application to use for their selection. So definitely answer all parts of the application completely. All right, Sandra, does the Biomed program, signature program, count for one of the 3 magnet programs? Yeah, so Sandra, yes, my understanding is that is the case. So you get, my understanding is you get 3 applications that you can submit. And so we would count as one of those. I could be wrong. I'm like 75-80% sure on that. I will verify that answer, and I will upload it here to the signature page, the application page, for everyone else to be able to access, and I will reply to your email with an answer to that, but I'm pretty sure it does. All right, so we got a math question. Sandra again. Hello, Sandra. Is it required that you complete geometry in 8th grade in order to apply for the Biomed program? No, it is not required. The level of your math score is part of our selection algorithm. Sorry, math score. The level of your math course is part of the selection algorithm, but it is not a requirement. All right, Gloria, application essay. What do you look for in an essay? Do you need to send anything else beside an essay, teacher endorsement, etc.? So yeah, all the rest of the application, the essay is an element that we assess and we put into our selection algorithm. But as far as the essay, just do your best. We're looking to see how well you can communicate, that type of stuff. So just answer truthfully, and do a good job, spell check, that type of stuff. Make sure that this being the one glimpse into you, who you are as a student, and what you produce. Like, keep in mind that we don't know you. Our graders don't know you. They don't look at your scores ahead of time or anything like that. It's just here's the document, and we remove your name from it and all that stuff. So it just says, read this, use the rubric. How did this go? So this is like, this needs to be your, I'm not saying it needs to be 1,000 pages or anything like that, but this needs to be a standalone document. So hopefully that, I know that's not, it doesn't feel like a whole answer, but that's pretty much it. All right. All right, internship. Are students, so this is Caroline, are the students required to do an internship senior year? Yes. So the capstone project is a requirement to successfully complete the program. It is a grade. You work on it throughout the year. There's grades for it every quarter. The internship process, obviously, right now is tenuous. So we're working to make accommodations to that, but it is part of our, for us to be a completer path for high school, for it to be like a graduation thing, for us to exist. Our students need to produce a capstone, and our program, that is, the capstone project is the independent project. So you can learn more about that, an independent project, on our website. So it has its own section right up at the top, and you can just go independent projects and go to introduction, and you can learn about the independent project there, what the requirements are and how it works. So students will go out and do an internship for at least 30 hours over the course of the year, and that includes the summer before. They're allowed to go shadow during that time. So the minimum that they must do is 30 hours in the field, and we feel that is 100% doable without any questions. You can put together the 3-hour early dismissals over the course of the year, and you can get 30 hours. You can do like a couple Saturdays, but it's just invaluable. You just cannot replace that experience for students. I can't tell you how often students have, since they watched an episode of Magic School Bus when they were 6 and have wanted to be a vet their whole life, get to the point of having this like romanticized idea, and I'm just saying vet, but insert any career. They have this incredibly like romantic idea of the job, and they get to it and realize, this is nothing like what Miss Frizzle said it was, and there is no way I want to do this job. And so the only way students can get that experience is by going somewhere, and we see that as a, even if a student has an internship and hates every minute of it, that's success. That's thousands of dollars of college tuition saved because the student doesn't make a decision to go to a school because they want to go to this particular school for this particular program, and then they find out 3 years into that program that it's nothing like what they thought it was, and reverse everything. So yeah, the internship is required for students to successfully complete the program. And Emily, just love to know what we do in the program. I'd be in regular classes, or would I be in regular classes? So Emily, I think what you're asking is the program, I would love to know what we do in this program. Would I be in regular classes, or would I only be participating in this in high school? So this is only in high school. This is a 9th through 12th grade program. There is one course that you take every year. If you join the live stream late, you can watch the beginning of that again and see that. But if it wasn't clear in that, I'll explain it again right now. But basically, you would come to Bel Air High School. You would be a student at Bel Air High School, and you would walk the halls, do the whole thing that everybody else does. you would just have one class in your schedule every year. So of your 8 available classes, one of them would be your Biomed course, and you would take one Biomed course every year, and then the other 7 classes are whatever you want to do. Whatever, obviously you have to fulfill your graduation requirements, so there has to be math, English, all those other things in there, but the other parts of your schedule are totally your call. So you're in classes with other students, you're not separated in like a different section of the building or anything like that. All of our classes are in the same area, just so we can have like shared materials and stuff like that, but you are fully integrated and part of Bellaire High School. You just have one class that only some people get to take, and that's upstairs. So I hope that answered your question. As far as what we do in the program, if you want to know a little bit more about that, I keep pointing people to the website because we built it to help people understand this class. But if you go to the courses page, each of the different courses is all listed there. And so you can learn about the course description, see what the different units are, meet the teachers or see the teachers who teach the course, and you can even see a syllabus. This might be an old syllabus, but you can see the syllabus there for each of the different courses. So basically in Principles of Biomedical Sciences, you learn, it's a lot like a biology course. Anatomy, Human Body Systems is an anatomy physiology course. Medical Interventions is a microbiology course in a lot of ways, and Biomedical Innovation is basically a cross between like an engineering design, like biomedical engineering class, and a like industrial design class. And you'd go through all 4 of those courses once per year. All right, so it looks like we have answered everyone's questions. So we'll give you one last call for any of the questions that you might have. I do want to point you to our website in general as a good resource. There are many different pages on there with lots of different information to help you understand what the seniors do and what the capstone looks like and things like that. Also our YouTube channel, which you're currently on right now, has many different videos. A lot of them are flipped classroom instruction type stuff to help students in our classes, but there are other things in there about us and the program, and also looking at the flipped video, the flipped instruction type stuff might inform you a little bit more about what our classes look like and what our students do in our courses. So it seems like everybody has asked all the questions they need to ask. Been doing this for about 50 minutes, so it's a nice little chunk of time. Hopefully we were able to cover everything that you needed to learn there. If any questions come up that you would like to ask, or if you're watching this later, watching the recording later, the FAQ page is going to be your best way of getting answers to those questions. We'll take some of the questions from here and update that page, and that will be the best resource for you to get a question answered quickly. But then you can also use our contact page and reach out to me that way, and I can answer your questions via email. So thank you so much for spending the time with us. Thank you to Miss Barry for managing and directing your questions and making it a lot easier for me to answer them for you. We hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, reach out to us. If you want to learn more about the program, use our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or follow us on Twitter. It's BAHSBiomed on YouTube and Twitter, and BAHSBiomed.com for the website. So have a good evening, everybody, and we'll see you later.